Hi all, I'm Sarah Batchelor and it's Wednesday and I'm still a teacher here in the province of Alberta. So this week I've been seeing a lot of posts from parents wondering, how to plan for the fall. What's going on with negotiations? Are we going on strike? So I thought I would use my Wednesday videos to kind of delve into that a little bit, give you some background of how we got here and where we're going and what you can expect in September. I'd also like to look at, how some of the settlements that have been offered to other public sectors in our province recently compare to what we're being offered as teachers and give you some ideas to advocate for us. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If this content resonates with you, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and share. And if you've been here before, I'm so happy to see you again. So back in June, teachers voted 95% in favor of strike action to authorize that if it need be. This opened a 120-day window for possible job action while the talks were continuing, which they did. But we took a break for summer and bargaining resumes on August 26th, and we have sessions planned all the way to the end of the month. Our employer, TEBA, T-E-B-A, as the initials there, scheduled a lockout authorization vote for August 29th, though, just so you know. It doesn't mean it will happen, right? It just means it's legally possible for them to lock us out. It's the same as us taking the strike vote. It's just, they're like, you did that, we're going to do this. That's all that is, right? And the reason we're at this point is because there's kind of two major issues that remain unsolved. The first is our push that we actually want a pay that keeps pace with inflation and aligns with other recent public sector settlements in Alberta. Heaven forbid we want to be paid for what we do. Second is our classroom conditions. This is equally important, right? And this includes managing growing class sizes, addressing classroom complexities, ensuring adequate supports. I've done a whole series of videos on this. Please check them out if you want to know more in depth. So the mediator came back to us with a recommendation that offered us a 3% increase each year for 4 years, plus a move to a unified provincial pay grid partway through the agreement, which we'll talk about that another day. But the government is promoting this as a fair agreement, and they've paired it with 400 million in classroom funding, which sounds like a lot until you look at where it goes. And so we're telling you right here that it's not going to go far enough. This agreement isn't even close on the wages or the supports that our kids are needing and that your children deserve. And that's how we got where we are. So if we look at some of the other groups in the province, for example, our nurses, they were able to secure a 4-year deal worth nearly 20% in total plus other adjustments. Our education support staff in CUPE, love you guys, they were able to reach multi-year deals all the way to 2028 with a 12% to 17% total increase plus benefit and grid improvements. So these settlements show that when the bargaining actually reflects inflation and workload realities, agreements can be reached that work for everybody, right? If you come to us with a reasonable offer, I think we're going to see motion pretty quickly. So right now, school startup proceeds as normal. If there is a settlement in late August, nothing changes for you. If not, and either side calls for job action, you're going to get 72 hours notice from your division. Now, what that might look like, it might look like a full work stoppage strike where we're out on the picket lines, right? In which case, please bring us coffee. It might mean that we're going to do rotating impacts. That can look like a whole lot of different things, like different grades are allowed to go to school different days, different schools are open. It's complicated, but you would be told how that would look. Or you could hear about something called work to rule measures. Now, what work to rule is, it basically is we only do what's contractually required. A lot of what we do isn't contractually required, it's expected. So a lot of things like the field trips, the after-school activities, answering emails, meetings outside of school hours, none of that. We will show up, we will teach, we will mark in the time given during the day, and we will go home. Right? I think the public in general will be really surprised at what we are expected to do. That's volunteer. It's a lot. But we love our kids. We love your kids. That's why we do it. But something's got to give, people. And I mean, you know that as well as I do, right? Parents, you guys are going to play an important role in this. You already do. You can call and email your MLA. Every email you send or letter is counted as 25 voices, right? For all the people who didn't pick up the pen and didn't, it's not even an expression we use anymore, for people who didn't send the emails, right? So please send your thoughts and be in touch with your MLAs. Tell them the stories about what's happening for your kids in schools, personal stories about lack of supports, or maybe even some great things that are happening in schools. I mean, it's nice to hear the good stuff too. But please keep speaking up on social media. I can't thank you all enough for the positive feedback in the comments. As a teacher, I tend to stay out of the comment section because I'm kind of afraid of the negativity, but I've been pleasantly surprised, so thank you for that, right? As we move forward, we need to work together, right? We need to let our government know that they actually work for us, and that means they need to listen to us. And if not, then things like strikes and other disruptions are just unfortunately going to happen, and nobody wants to strike. I mean, I've been on strike before in a small town in Alberta, and I couldn't even go to the grocery store without the looks and the comments, and it was, oh, and it was in February, so being outside with the pickets, I mean, it was awful. I don't want to strike. I want to be at school with your kids. I want to be teaching. I want to be planning. Right? That's where my heart is. But because my heart is there, I support where we are now, right? And we need you to have our back because we have your kids, which means we have yours. Thank you so much.